Did you know that before 2024, the last 2 times the Chargers hit double-digit wins in a season, they followed it up with exactly 5 the next year? Yep, this team has not exactly been renowned for prolonged success, but with Jim Harbaugh and Joe Hortiz at the helm, a new era has already begun to be ushered in. An 11-win debut was no fluke. It was the first chapter in a meticulously crafted blueprint for sustained success. And now, in 2025, the foundation is officially set. This is the story of how Harbaugh and Hortiz rebuilt the Bolts from heartbreak to hope, and why this time, it might just last. Picture this. It's Saturday, the 14th of January, 2023. The LA Chargers have surged to a 27-0 lead late in the second quarter of the wildcard round, setting up what will surely be a procession in the second half. Except, it wasn't. Trevor Lawrence rebounded from his 4 first-half interceptions to lead his Jaguars to a stunning comeback victory by 31 points to 30. In doing so, Lawrence didn't just boot the Chargers out of the playoffs, he kickstarted an almighty collapse that would see the end of the entire regime. The following season, the hangover from that dismal loss lingered, with the team limping to a 5-7 record before quarterback Justin Herbert was injured, and the season was lost for good. The team lost each of their last 5 games of the season to drop to a 5-12 record, which head coach Brandon Staley didn't even get to see out, having been fired with 3 games still to go. General manager Tom Telesco was also sent packing, signaling an official turning of the page in LA, waving goodbye to an era that had produced 0 playoff wins, despite having one of the most exciting young quarterbacks under center and an elite defensive core that featured Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, and Derwin James. There was talent in LA for sure, but a roster that was $50 million over the cap and the team's unfortunate association with chargering meant it wasn't a pristine vacancy for any hopeful candidates. Thankfully, those downsides weren't a problem for Jim Harbaugh, undoubtedly one of the hottest coaches on the market during the 2024 offseason, having just enjoyed national championship success with the Michigan Wolverines. As the brother of Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh, Jim was very familiar with proceedings at one of the league's most successful franchises. In fact, he was so impressed by the situation that his brother was in that he decided to pinch some of the key people involved in putting him there. Joe Hortiz was brought in as general manager a week after the Harbaugh hiring, giving the Chargers an unusual but undoubtedly exciting head coach GM pairing. After years of messy collapses, embarrassing coaching blunders, and, well, chargering, the LA Chargers were in need of a firm hand. Somebody who could pick up the pieces of the 5-win shambles, remind his team how talented they were, and install a winning culture. Well, if anyone can do that, it's Jim Harbaugh. Harbaugh had a track record of rapid transformations at San Diego University, Stanford, and in San Francisco, where he took the 49ers to the NFC Championship game in his first season and the Super Bowl in his second. To fill out the rest of his coaching roster, Greg Roman was brought in to run the offense. Like Hortiz, Roman was another Baltimore-themed hire, having worked as the Ravens' offensive coordinator between 2019 and 2022, where he helped Lamar Jackson capture his first MVP. Roman was also OC in San Francisco when Harbaugh was calling the shots there. Before we dive deeper, make sure to hit subscribe so that you catch our next team breakdown. LA's defensive coordinator role was filled by Jesse Minter, another coach who earned his stripes in Baltimore. After a few years coaching up the Ravens secondary, Minter went to the college game, where he eventually ended up working as Harbaugh's DC in Michigan. The Wolverines had a fearsome defense over the Minter tenure, not dropping off at all in the national championship winning campaign in 2023, despite losing superstars such as Aiden Hutchinson and David Ojabo. Minter loves to use disguises in his game plans and isn't afraid to be aggressive, making him the perfect pairing with Harbaugh. Between Roman and Minter, Jim Harbaugh had brought together a perfect mix of experience, innovation, and coaching quality, ready to reset a Chargers organization that desperately needed one. The culture reboot was instantly noticeable, led by the team's veteran leaders who were now determined to hold their fellow teammates to account. As Derwin James said to ABC 30, "We know where we want to be, and those uncomfortable moments are going to make us special. I've been on teams where you can't say certain things to certain players. That's half of the battle right there. If you ain't doing it right, somebody is going to let you know. Joey Bosa also admitted that it was nice not to feel like everyone was walking on eggshells around their teammates, which perhaps explains how the Chargers of old had fallen in so many different, disappointing, and embarrassing ways. The 2025 LA Chargers were a completely different beast, not just because of the new culture, but because of the savvy moves made by Joe Hortiz in his first offseason in charge. He needed to be savvy, because the Chargers were $50 million over the cap when he took over the team. To many, the departures of one or both defensive leaders, Khalil Mack or Joey Bosa, were almost guaranteed due to their age and price tag. Instead, Hortiz managed to convince both players to restructure their contracts in the 2024 offseason, keeping intact the ferocious edge pairing. Hortiz then found his financial breathing room by moving on from several other veterans, including wide receivers Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, running back Austin Eckler, tight end Gerald Everett, center Corey Linsley, as well as some veterans on defense. With the goal of saving money front and center, Joe Hortiz avoided any tempting free agent splashes, instead bringing in solid veterans on cheap deals. Denzel Perryman slotted into the linebacker rotation, Christian Fulton and Alohi Gilman were added to the secondary, and Poona Ford joined the D-line. Then, on offense, there was one thing in mind: bolster the run game. Two excellent blocking tight ends, Will Dissly and Hayden Hurst, were brought into the fold, alongside center Bradley Bozeman and two running backs in the form of Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. With Harbaugh and Roman on the sidelines, there was little doubt that the 2024 Chargers would be a run-heavy offense, but these moves added a bit more certainty to the situation, as did the LA Chargers' first overall pick in the 2024 draft. Mock drafters were eager to give the Chargers one of the exciting young pass catchers, most commonly Malik Neighbors. But anyone who knows Jim Harbaugh wouldn't have been surprised to see the Big Joe Alt be the selection at 5th overall. I mean, this guy truly loves his offensive linemen.
You're gonna say, like, what about a weapon? What about offensive linemen? We look at as weapons. That group, when we talk about attacking and we talk about attacking on offense, offensive line is the tip of the spear.
Don't worry though, Harbaugh and Hortiz still got their quarterback a playmaker, picking up Ladd McConkey in the second round at pick 34. There was little doubt about McConkey's ability as a route runner, but his slender frame and spotty injury history resulted in him falling out of the first round. As we all now know, McConkey has ended up being yet another talent worthy of a top 10 pick for the Chargers, legitimately offering a strong argument for having the best season among rookie pass catchers. In the grand scheme of things, Joe Hortiz couldn't have asked for a better first two picks to start his tenure, bringing in two young studs who look set to be pillars of the offense for years to come, having both made the ESPN All-Rookie team. The fun didn't stop there though. Third-rounder Junior Colson showed flashes, while fifth-rounders Tarheeb Still and Cam Hart immediately proved themselves as immense values, earning starting roles throughout their rookie seasons. For teams struggling with the salary cap, and therefore having to wave goodbye to veteran talents, finding contributors in the draft is essential. In that sense, Joe Hortiz absolutely smashed it out of the park. Alton McConkey helped Justin Herbert and the rest of the offense improve from being the 21st best scoring unit in 2023 to the 11th best in 2024. And the selection of Alt is even more important now that the newly extended Rashawn Slater is out for the 2025 season, having torn his patella tendon in practice. This is a devastating injury and puts more pressure on Alt to make sure he is a force wherever he lines up. Defensively, in 2024, rookies Tarheeb Still and Cam Hart joined forces with Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Derwin James and company to help the defense improve from the 24th best scoring unit in 2023 to the very best in 2024. That's right, Jesse Minter worked wonders with his boys, restricting opponents to just 17.7 points per game. In his first season with Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert attempted just 332 passes, which is 140 fewer than he attempted when passing for 4,739 yards in 2022. This reflects the significant change in offensive philosophy under Harbaugh and Roman, leading to 3,870 yards, 23 touchdowns, and just 3 interceptions from Herbert. As you might expect, Herbert also collected a career-high 306 rushing yards. He may not be Lamar or Kaepernick, but Roman is still going to make the most out of the athleticism that his quarterback has. Unfortunately, all the good work that went into posting the league's best interception percentage in the regular season, with 0.6%, was undone in style in the playoffs, when Herbert tossed 4 interceptions in a messy loss to the Houston Texans in the wild-card round. All in all, Herbert completed just 44% of his passes for 242 yards, 1 touchdown, and 4 interceptions on the day, also taking 4 sacks. It was a disastrous way for the season to end, and dare I say, quite Chargery. Prior to 2024, the Chargers have followed up each of their last 2 double-digit winning seasons with a 5-win campaign, and that horrendous, error-strewn loss to Houston in the 2024 playoffs is absolutely the kind of defeat that would be associated with the Chargers of old, destined to linger well into the following season. However, things are different this time around. Jim Harbaugh has a coaching resume that most people can't even dream of, and he is not one to accept a downward trajectory. Neither was Joe Hortiz, who was rewarded for his hard work in 2024 by getting roughly $60 million of cap space to spend in 2025. The decision to finally move on from Joey Bosa was another contributing factor to this cash, with Tuli Tuipulotu's team leading 8.5 sacks in 2024, helping Hortiz feel comfortable enough to make that move. Tuli was a second-round pick back in 2023 and was followed by another rising defensive star in Dion Henley, who was taken in round 3. He led the team in tackles with 147 in 2024, whilst also adding 7 tackles for loss, 8 pass breakups, and 1 interception. Surely a star in the making. Despite the excessive cash, Hortiz was determined not to make the mistakes of previous Charger front offices, telling the team website that, in the end, if you get reckless, then you always pay the piper eventually. We're going to be responsible and clinical in our approach, and there's going to be a plan for it. That's how we're going to roll. That measured approach included bringing in Najee Harris to bolster the running back stable, fresh off 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons in Pittsburgh to begin his career. Mekhi Becton, fresh off a Super Bowl winning campaign with Philadelphia, then comes in to improve the offensive line. Keenan Allen is back at wide receiver, and Tyler Conklin adds depth at tight end. On the defensive side of the ball, Deshaun Hand and Naquan Jones join in the defensive line rotation, and Dante Jackson slots in as a projected starting corner, and Benjamin St-Juste offers more depth. Joe Hortiz is a big advocate for always having a good rotation of cornerbacks to call upon, which is why he also acquired a total of 7 more rookies and undrafted free agents at the position. On the topic of rookies, Hortiz appears to have once again knocked it out the park. Omarion Hampton received some buzz as a potential rival to Ashton Genty as the top running back in the 2025 draft class, making him a great value pick at 22. His insane speed and physicality within the Harbaugh-Roman offense is a mouth-watering thought and made a ton of sense for the team in the first round. Then, after his success with McConkey in 2024, Hortiz dipped back into the second-round receiver market with Trey Harris at pick 55. At 6'2", 205 pounds, Harris offers a completely different build to McConkey and projects to be the team's starting X, making him a perfect complement. The recent retirement of Mike Williams has somewhat complicated Harris's development plan, as starting out as a pure X receiver is far from easy, but he has a fascinating profile and tons of college production to go off of. If he can slot in and make a difference on the outside early, the sky really is the limit for Justin Herbert and this offense. Keandre Lambert-Smith is the wide receiver who has made the most noise this offseason though, after arriving in the 5th round of the 2025 draft, giving Herbert yet another exciting weapon to play with. He was taken 7 picks before tight end Oronde Gadsden II, who could be another very intriguing player. From a defensive perspective, defensive tackle Jamari Caldwell and edge Kyle Kennard arrived in rounds 3 and 4 respectively. Caldwell is a beast at well over 300 pounds, primarily expected to be a run stuffer, making up for the loss of Poona Ford. When it comes to rushing the passer, Jesse Minter will be hoping he can bring the best out of Kennard, who all in all, the LA Chargers are following the blueprint for success perfectly. They have been smart with money and moved on from veteran players, haven't been tempted to splash on big money free agents, and have drafted incredibly well. The coaching prowess of Harbaugh, Roman, and Minter should be perfectly well equipped to handle the disastrous end to the 2024 season, meaning we might finally see the Chargers go back-to-back with playoff berths for the first time since 2009. Unfortunately, the recent season-ending injury to Rashawn Slater is pretty catastrophic for both player and team. He is arguably the best left tackle in the NFL, and his loss will make everyone's life that little bit harder. Still, Hortiz and Harbaugh have done everything right so far, and the foundations are now laid perfectly for what can hopefully still be a classic Harbaugh burst in year 2. The question is, how far can they go? Let us know what you think in the comments, and remember to subscribe so that you can catch our next team breakdown.